Welcome to Mike's Apartment, where we judge drinks and we have a little comedy along the way. I am your host. My name is Mike. With me is my co-host Thom. Thom, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Tonight I guess it's tonight somewhere, isn't it?
Somewhere, yes, definitely. Who is our little friend here?
Oh, I meant to brought this out last video. I back when the extended editions of the Lord of the Rings movies came out, I had pre-ordered them and got some memorabilia. I got Gollum. I can't remember which movie he came with, but this is from the Two Towers. uh, when Frodo when he was when they he Frodo and actually no Frodo and Samwise were captured by Faramir and
Faramir's.
his group,
Hmm.
and then they're like, so it's just the two of you. What about that little creature down there? And so then Frodo kind of ended up breaking Gollum's trust, and all that happened. Anyways, but I also had, if you remember, the Fellowship of the Rings, when they were going down the river and they came up to that pass with the kings going like this on the one side and the other one on the other side.
Sure.
And then I also had Minas Tirith, a little model about the same size, maybe a little bit shorter than this piece, but they those pieces didn't really survive very well over the years with my kids. So, and various things happened. They got knocked off of shelves and stuff. And although
Sure.
I suppose I could say the Minas Tirith could be post the attack on Minas Tirith from Sauron's armies.
Mordor. Yeah. All right. Anyways, so we're gonna redo a drink we have done before. We call it it's Romulan ale. It's basically white rum. It has some circa
Simple syrup,
cho. Well, simple syrup is for the sweetener, but then the suracura
curacao,
something. Yeah, from suracao.
curacao.
If that's how
Yeah,
you pronounce it,
I don't know.
from the
It's a blue liqueur.
yeah, it's a blue liqueur. This is Romulan ale, apparently from Star Trek. Let's have a little.
Yeah, yeah, and
Let's have
there's
a
lime
taste.
juice in it.
Yep, yep. We'll have a little taste. Cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Mm, mm. It's not it's not bad. I will say, but what we always do this though. First, we have our sip. We enjoy our drinks. I will also be enjoying this. Thom, please show the other drink that you will be enjoying
Oh,
for the evening.
I had started this earlier because I didn't know
Sure,
you were
sure,
drinking this, but
sure. No
that's my other
worries.
that's my other like go-to drink. I think I've mentioned it before. It's equal parts rum, spiced rum, brandy, and gin, and then I add equal parts of Sprite, and I pour that over a Death Star ice sphere, I guess you call it, but and then let it chill, and it's not a shot, as we discussed in a couple videos ago.
Yeah, yeah. Don't take it as a shot. All right.
So,
So, long story short, though, we're gonna, Mike's apartment scale 5. 5 is ambrosia. 5 is the best of the best. Whatever. 0. 0 is shit. It's the worst. Worst of the worst. Now we will judge that in a minute here. We're gonna briefly speak about Tavern
tavern
Seat.
seat. Oh,
My
you're a bad
new
CEO.
Yeah, and you know what? We will have an episode probably dedicated entirely to that. But for right now, yeah, my developer and I, his we won't go into. I mean, he sort of wants to be the silent partner. However, he's helping
Mm-hmm.
me immensely
Mm-hmm.
with the website. So basically, it is a website that matches game masters, dungeon masters to players, and it
Mm-hmm.
also allows for free games. So there are the free games, but it also allows for paid games. So for professional and paid dungeon masters, game masters,
Mm-hmm.
it allows for that as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of little things. We have added we've added both a 5-star system to evaluate game masters, and then also
Mm-hmm.
comments so people can comment. Game masters also have profiles. They can say like so anything they want about their games. We have badges and profile completeness stages as well. We have God, what else? We have a lot of things. Again, we are very competitive um, in that market, which means we do for the free games are free. Like you never have to think about the free games as anything else. But
Mm-hmm.
if you want to be involved in the paid games, from the game master, then they make that decision. We do take 10%, which in that market is very competitive. You will often see like a 12 to 13% on Patreon. You will see a 15%. I won't name the name of that website because they are whatever. I will say this though too. We use Discord Gate. There's no VTTs, which are just virtual tabletops. That's what VTTs are. We the thing is this, like a way to communicate those things already exists. So why, you know what I mean? Like why reinvent the wheel? Don't reinvent the wheel. We already have a great way to communicate. Discord offers, voice, video, and a way to organize files together.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You
we.
can share screen and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can
If
stream
we
many
for our
times.
games, oftentimes our one of our guys might have a map and they're like drawing stuff on the map. Well, they just stream their computer and they just use whatever program and they do their drawings and so you can get a visualization of the map and all that. So
Exactly.
Discord's great for a lot of that.
So and that's the thing too. Like we're not here to reinvent the communication for it. We're just going to use it, and that's the thing too. So basically for TavernSeat, you will log in using Discord. If you don't have a Discord account, you will be asked to make one. They're very easy to make. It's resoundingly easy. If you need help, I mean, sure, reach out to me. But I would say for the vast majority of people, that's not going to be like a thing. So we use Discord Gate to log into the games, and the game master, dungeon master, when the game, if it's a paid game, or even not, they will supply the link to the Discord channel. That's where you will play. And again, there's
Mm-hmm.
text, there's video, there's if you don't want to like show yourself, there's also just audio. You can do as you wish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, we've.
For example, I
Oh,
can just turn off my camera here. Just a minute. Where is it?
uh, okay,
See that? It's easy as that. If you don't want people to see you, just turn off your camera.
that's true. Yeah,
Sometimes I do that because my internet might be slow, but
yeah. I either way, Discord has sort of cornered that ability and that market, and they know what they're doing. Now, for payments, like let's say a paid game, it will use Stripe. Now you might ask, why not Venmo? Why not Zelle? Why not Cash App? Why not PayPal? Why not a bunch of these other ones? I'm sorry, but Stripe is the best option for us. Stripe. What does Stripe offer? Stripe is no ongoing payments, no upfront costs, just transactional. As you use it, it will charge you. That's it. And they charge very little, I believe less than 0.5%. So yes, for the paid games, you will have to use Stripe. But for again, this is what is used by our competitors. This is the most common thing ever. It is just normal, natural to use it. So, all right. So any other so Tom, just any other questions about Tavern Seat
No,
before we move
I
forward
was
on
kind of you were talking about like getting some help. No, I apologize. I have not gotten to look through. I think you sent me like the FAQs and a couple other
Sure.
things. I haven't gotten to that yet. But I'm assuming if somebody needs help with like setting up Discord, they have their own FAQs, and we don't want to necessarily reinvent the wheel. Would we have like a link to the Discord FAQs, or
I could
is
provide
that
one.
something
I
you could
could
provide
we
one?
could provide that. Otherwise, just like Google it. I mean, I honestly, it's
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I usually look up videos on Google if I'm trying to troubleshoot something. The only problem that I run into, it seems that the user interface that half the videos have is different, even when I try to be specific with my search. It's like it might be an older version of what I'm looking for or something.
sure.
But
So,
but
the rest that's that pretty much for what we're talking about in regards to that. All right, Tom, let's just give it up. What do you give me your
well,
current rating for Romulan Ale? Let's just
I
hear it.
have no idea what rating I gave it before.
And it's
Probably
fine.
like a 3.5 or something. I don't know.
Okay, sure.
But considering the fact that I've come back to this drink specifically probably a half a dozen or a dozen times since we filmed that video,
Mm-hmm.
I think I should give it a minimum of a 4.5. I've also a friend of ours, Steve, that we used to work with on the overnights
Oh
at our
my.
old job. I met him at a cigar shop, and I made a bottle of it. You remember that Captain Jack or whatever that high end like whiskey or whatever you got and brought up to Minnesota and gave it to me? Do you remember?
Oh
I
yeah,
finished that off.
Gentleman Jack. Yeah,
Gentleman
Gentleman
Jack.
Jack. Yeah.
I finished that off, and then I filled it up with Romulan ale, and I took it and gave it to our friend Steve. And I was like, "Hey, I think you and your wife might like it." And they said they did. I didn't really get too much of an opinion out of him because he likes to talk about other stuff, but they liked it.
Okay,
Um,
that's good.
and so I've liked it enough that I made it for myself many times since we tried it, and I've given it away, which is actually kind of a big deal. I could have kept that for myself. It's like, but I liked it enough that I mean somebody hadn't seen it in a while. I was like, you know what? I think this is worth sharing.
All right. Um,
So 4.5.
4.5. Okay, I'll say 4.25. Um, yeah, I like it. It's good. Um, yeah. Now,
It doesn't kick your ass like the Romulan ale on the show, but if we did that other, was it
well,
151 or whatever recipe you found, that
yes.
might.
So let's skip ahead here. All right. So we're gonna talk about Return of the King. Now,
The movie.
the movie mostly. Now, there are two main sides to what happens. There is the battles that happen and how they divert things with Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, and a few others. And then there is what happens with Gollum, um,
Frodo
Frodo, and Samwise.
and I
Not
almost said Bilbo. I've been rewatching The Hobbit, so
my precious,
oh
my
oh oh Mike
precious.
Mike hide it.
No, I can't. Ah.
If only I could have him jump on your back.
All right, so let's actually go the other direction though. So let's look at it. So Minas Tirith. So that's a city in Gondor. The stewards are in charge. Boromir's dead, so obviously that's not a thing. His father Denethor is the one who wants to light himself and his other son Faramir on fire because Faramir was apparently unable to do what he wanted to do. Now,
Well, what
Gandalf.
did he want? Or do we want to talk about that? Because a
Sure,
lot of
sure.
stuff
Yeah,
needs to happen
let's talk
before
about it.
that.
Why did
So,
Denethor want to light himself on fire, Tom? You go with it.
so okay. Well, I think we need to rewind a little bit further because so the end of I want to just quickly recap real quick. The end of pardon me, the very beginning of the extended edition of Return of the King picks up after Helm's Deep was the battle was won there, and then they make their way back to Saruman's tower. They try talking to him about joining them and providing counsel, etc. Right? And he ends up dying because Grima Wormtongue, like stabs him a few times, and he falls to his death. Legolas kills Wormtongue, and Treebeard says, "Oh, the filth of Saruman's washing away," etc. Then we fast forward. Uh, uh, Gandalf and Pippin are gonna leave Rohan to go to Minas Tirith. They're going to try to get them to light the fires to call for reinforcements from Gondor. And what's his name? The king of Gondor is like, well, where was Minas Tirith
No,
and
not king,
their
not
army
king.
from?
The steward.
No, 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 no.
This.
The king of Rohan.
Oh, yeah, Theoden. Yeah, Theoden King. Yeah,
Theoden was like, where
yeah. You're
was
right. You're
where
right. He
was
did say
Minas
that.
Tirith or whatever when we
But
needed
that was
help?
very
But
brief.
anyways,
I mean, yeah, that
yeah, that's
was.
brief. So, anyways, so then fast forward, Pippin and Gandalf make their way to Minas Tirith. Faramir and his troops lost. What was the city on the river?
Ostologoth or something. It was Ostel.
Osgiliath. Osgiliath.
Osgiliath. Yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, something with it.
Okay,
It started with an
so
O. It started with an O like Oscar.
they're
Yeah,
they're being chased by Gondor, not Gondor, Mordor's armies.
sure.
And then they've got the what are the flying creatures called? The
The Nazgul. Nazgul.
Nazgul. Yeah, yeah.
The
They're
ring.
flying and
The ring
chasing and
wraiths.
like
Yeah,
picking horses up and dropping them and Gandalf makes his way out to meet them and uses his staff and like shoots light into the clouds that are coming over the army, right?
sure.
And helps get them back to the city. Well, Faramir was injured, and well, no, maybe he was a little injured, but not too bad. That when he went up to see his father, the steward, who was at the time also Pippin was giving his oath to the steward because
So Gandalf had came up and offered his services as they were, and he was like, we gotta fight, we gotta fight. And then Pippin came up, and he's the one who said, "Oh, Boromir was shot through the
yeah,
arrows, and blah blah blah." And he's like, "I
yeah,
will serve you because he saved my life."
yeah.
And yeah, you're correct.
Well,
Yeah,
let's.
that's where
I guess
Pippin.
we're kind of we are skipping one thing there. When Gandalf offered his services, the steward, I don't remember exactly how he said it, but he took out Boromir's horn that was cloven in two. It was like cut in half,
And he's like,
right?
"Who
It's
wants to tell me how my son was killed by?" Yeah, that's exactly. He said, "Who would want to
yeah,
tell me how my son Boromir
yeah,
was killed by the orcs or whatever?" And then
and then
that's when Gandalf
Pippin
realized he
steps
couldn't. Yeah, yeah. Pippin
yeah.
spoke up.
Well, Pippin steps forward and Gandalf like panics that Pippin's going to start talking. But Pippin, he says like some of the coolest shit about Boromir. I think maybe the only thing in that situation that could have calmed the steward, where he says, uh, "Many men are felled by one arrow. Boromir was felled by many," or something to that
Yeah,
effect.
many arrows. Yeah.
He's like, and he kept fighting until the very end. Um, you should be proud of him, or what? I don't know. I don't know. I don't. Maybe he didn't
That's
quite say
no, no.
that, but
That's what I gotta. That's yeah. Whether we're getting the words exactly right or not is beside the point. That's exactly what happened. Um. So that happens. Gandalf, though, like many times, let's focus for a second on Minas Tirith. So, because
Mm-hmm.
we'll go back to the other characters for a second here. So Gandalf uses his presence, his leadership abilities. He gets everyone to kind of like go back, to the front gates. They know Mordor is coming. Mordor has cave trolls pushing up trebuchets, and they're pushing up the siege ladders, those big siege ladders that are
Mm-hmm.
covered in
Mm-hmm.
things. You see the one guy, the orc guy. He has like big. I mean,
Oh,
obviously he has cancer. So he has cancer going on. I would say like third or fourth stage because
like
his
everywhere.
his lymph nodes are like coming out
Did you
over
know
his
his name?
face. What was
You
his
know what's
name?
funny?
What's his name?
Before that happened, I was gonna say before he actually got the cancer, his name was Lumpy,
Lumpy.
and then
Yeah,
and then
he was Lumpy.
he got the cancer.
He
It was
was
fortuitous. It was
yeah,
pathetic.
he was Lumpy. And then let's go back to Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli for a second. They go to the halls of the dead. They find the oath breakers, the ones who had broken their word, and
To
they
the king.
yeah to whoever was the king back then. Uh, Aragorn shows that he is Isildur's heir, and he has the sword and everything else. And they agree that because he is the heir, that they will follow him. So they go up the river. They kill so there were mercenaries, the Black
Mm-hmm.
Numenarians. I'll call them and
Mm-hmm.
we say black. I don't mean African American. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, because in Lord of the Rings tones, they say black, like the black speech of Mordor. That's not African American. They're just talking about evil stuff, and and I apologize to anyone who would take it another way. And that's just not what Tolkien meant when he said like
Mm-hmm.
the black speech of Mordor or the black Numenarians. They're not black skinned like whatever, right? Like they're just talking about something else. And I apologize
Mm-hmm.
if someone's offended by that. Please let us know. Yeah, hey, hit us in the comments, and I would be more than happy to, um, sort of talk about that with you, because you know what, that's not what they meant, and I apologize if it's offensive. I would, that's not. But anyways, so long story short, the Black Numenarians on the ships, they get hit by the Ghost Army because Aragorn is able to convince them we're gonna fight. It's like, fight for me, and then
Oh yeah. A quick trivia
sure, go
thing.
ahead, go ahead, yeah.
So real quick, Mike, you better put the ring away. Somebody's very interested in it. Um. So, anyways, quick trivia thing that was pointed. So, Peter Jackson was known for making cameos in all of his
Oh
movies
yeah,
at up
yeah.
to that point. Now, he had not appeared in either of the first two movies. Now, that said, his kids appeared in the first movie in Hobbiton, and then they appeared in the streets of Minas Tirith when Faramir was sent back out to retake Osgiliath by his dad, and then came back more. Well, they thought he was mortally wounded, and that's when he was going to burn the two of them. Anyways, the steward was going to pour oil over both of them, was going to burn them both. So, anyways, on the boats, when Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli came out after having won the uh, loyalty of the Ghost Army, whatever you call them, uh, the when the Aragorn says, Legolas, fire a warning shot off their bow, and Gimli takes his little
Yeah, that's right. He
axe and just bumps the arrow, and they shoot a guy on the deck of one of the boats. That was Peter Jackson.
It was. Yep.
So,
That definitely was. Now he will also say, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. With the ghost armies, like he says, the dead do not suffer the living willingly. And then
No, no.
Aragorn says, you will suffer me.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. That's
will
cool.
suffer me. Anyways, yeah,
Wasn't it something like the way was made by the dead,
yeah, the
and the
way,
dead keep it,
yeah,
and the
and
dead do
then did
not
not
suffer
suffer.
the living to pass.
And then he's like, you will suffer me. Anyways, so that all
Because
happens.
the sword that cut the ring from Sauron's hand was reforged by who?
I don't know. Go ahead.
Uh, Erwin's father. I don't know, Mr. Smith, Agent Smith. What was his name?
Oh, Elrond.
Elrond. Man,
Elrond,
sorry.
yes.
I'm remembering the
Arwen's,
movies
and
from
Hilda,
having
hold
watched
on.
it like 15 years ago.
Arwen's father, Elrond.
Arwen's.
Yeah.
Oh, Eowyn. Sorry, all these similar names like you were complaining last week.
Eowyn
Eowyn
is
is
the
the
woman
daughter of the King of Gondor, who
who.
later plays a
No, 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 no,
significant
no,
role in the
no.
battle.
No. Daughter of the King of Rohan, who ends
That's
up.
what I said. Well, I said
You,
Rohan. Sorry.
you said Gondor. But, anyways,
Did I
so.
say Gondor?
Yes, you did. So, anyways,
Sorry, I meant
yeah,
Rohan.
yes, she is the Rohan daughter, and she ends up with Faramir from God. Actually, if you remember, because Aragorn, isn't. He's still with Arwen, so he's
Yeah,
not.
he's
He's
still
not
close
in.
to her.
He's not into Eowyn. But there's the thing. Okay, so let's continue on here. Let's finish this. So okay, and here's the thing. We're gonna focus on the Minas Tirith battle thing. Yeah, yes, thank you for Gollum. We'll go back to them in a second. We'll go back to them in just a minute here. All right.
I'm trying to
So
get him out of my way so I can see what's going on here.
so
Okay.
battle happens. Rohirrim hit the shit out of the armies of Mordor. The Ghost Army also hits the shit. At the end, the Haridrim, they're the people in the Oliphants, who have
Yeah, yeah.
the masked faces and they're shooting at everyone. They are also taken down eventually. So all of
That's one of my favorite lines in the movies.
that
Have you
only
ever? I
counts
have
for
a lot of
one.
favorite lines.
That only counts
Yes,
for one. Yeah,
mm,
I knew what you were gonna say.
Legolas takes out an elephant. He like cuts the whole
Yeah, the
like
saddle
thing off
off.
the saddle with all those people on it. Cuts
Yeah,
that off. I'm guessing some of those died. And then he takes out the elephant, and Gary's like, "It still only counts as
it
one."
still only counts as one. All right.
Because in the battle for Helm's Deep, they were keeping track of how many they'd killed.
Yeah.
But wasn't there like a scene in there where Gimli's like, "I've killed 3 already," and Legolas said, "I'm 17. Oh, sorry, 18, 19."
Yeah. Yes. 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 All right. So that all happens. We'll hop ahead here. Uh, yeah. Yeah. So Faramir is saved. Denethor burns himself to death. We don't really care. We don't really care about Denethor at this point. Fuck him.
He's a great actor. They had a lot of great actors in this
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
in these
yeah. But
movies.
anyways, you know what? He killed himself. He
We don't
burned
care about
himself
that. We
alive.
don't care about the
All
great
right, all right,
actors.
all right,
That's
all right.
important.
Faramir is saved by Pippin. And Gandalf
I
goes
need
back.
to step out into the hallway to calm my dogs for just a minute. I'll just be like 10 feet away.
Go ahead.
If you want to
I'll
continue, I'll
keep.
be
Yeah,
right
I will
back.
continue. I will continue. All right. So all that shit goes down. Jeez. What do I say here with Gollum? You know what? It's about obsession. It's about power. It's about domination over everything else. Remember this ring. Remember this ring, because that's what it's about. All right, all right. You ready, Tom? Ready to
No,
continue?
sorry, Gollum went a little nuts there. I tried controlling him. He's harder to control than my dogs.
I believe it. All right. Long story short. Okay. They know this. They know this. Frodo is close. He has to pass the plains of something. I don't remember the name of the plains. He has to pass the plains, but they have to buy him time. There are 10,000 orcs between Frodo and Mount
Mount Doom.
Doom. Yeah, Mount Doom, which is the volcano head with whatever. There are 10,000 orcs there. So they walk up. They walk up to the Black Gate of Mordor, and there the mouth of Sauron comes out, and he says a bunch of shit. He talks so much shit. We don't even need to go into it, but yeah, he talks
Wait,
shit
whoa,
about.
whoa, 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 whoa. Did you just a minute? Did you talk about Shelob while I was gone, or did you skip
Oh,
that entirely?
we're gonna go. No, we're gonna hit them in a second. But I want to finish with. I
Finish
want.
this and we'll flash back to
Yeah,
them.
then we'll go back to those two. But I'm
Okay,
just
so
saying
for anybody watching this, we're going out of the order from the movies. So it,
a bit. Yeah, we are, but it's still in the order of how things should have, went down. So, anyways, long story short, though, uh, they are because we will end there because that's also where the other things end. But they are yeah, so the fucking mouth of Sauron comes out and he talks a bunch of shit both to Gandalf and to everyone else. He's like, "Who here can treat with Sauron of Mordor?" Blah, blah, blah. And they're like, "No one here can treat with him," and they fucking chop off his goddamn head. But yeah, after that, yes, the 10,000 fucking orcs from Mordor come down into the valley and they surround them and there's a battle. Hold on, but we will stop there for a few things. Now let's hop over to what happens with
Frodo,
Frodo and
Samwise,
Samwise.
and
Now,
this
yeah,
guy.
and Gollum. Well, hold
Or
on.
should I say
At this
these
point,
guys?
well,
Because
no, no, no,
there's
no. So
Gollum and
for a second here, though, they fuck Sam and even Frodo. They fuck the shit out of Gollum, and they realize like he's not
Smeagol.
Smeagol. They realize he's not what he's supposed to be, right? And then the other goblins they get all killed up in there, and then they take. Now remember, Frodo and Samwise they take the armor because they need to make it across the
Well,
plains.
you wait.
Am I hopping too
We
far ahead?
Yeah, because
Okay, go
first
ahead.
off,
Fix me up here.
Gollum said he knew another way into Mordor without going through the Black Gate. And so he was taking them to the whatever stairs. And when Faramir let them go, I think that was in the Two Towers, he like grabbed Smeagol slash Gollum and threw him up against the wall and said, "You'd better not be leading them into a trap, taking them up through that pass." Which Smeagol or Gollum was intending to take them through Shelob's lair. And then as they're climbing the pass, they had was it limbus bread? Is that what they called it, or the elven
Lembas.
lambus?
Lembas. Lembas. Yeah, Lembas.
Okay, so at which a single bite could fill full grown man's stomach for a
Well,
day.
yeah.
And then the hobbits ate like three each in the first day they had it. And like I
Well,
said, like now Merry and Pippin, they're like, "How many did you have? Three? I had four." It's like I don't know. Maybe I'm off on the numbers, but anyways, so Gollum, we'll just say it's Gollum now because Smeagol has let him back in, or take over. I don't know if maybe it's a multiple personality thing. I don't know, but
it definitely is. Yeah, yeah.
but
Smeagol and Deagle. Yeah.
but anyways, they uh there was a scene where Bilbo and Samwise are sleeping, and Gollum takes the limbus bread and he pours some crumbs over Samwise's cloak and then throws
Yes.
the rest of it down off the edge. And then when they wake up and they find that there's no lembas bread, Smeagol's they're like Samwise tries blaming Smeagol, and Smeagol's like, "Me hates Selvin's bread or whatever, however he said it."
Sure.
And Bilbo's like, Bilbo, God damn it, Bilbo.
Frodo. Frodo.
Frodo,
Get it right.
Frodo's like, that's right. Smeagol wouldn't eat it, and then Smeagol, I say it in quotes, it was like, oh look, there's crumbs all over his cloaks or whatever, and
Sam.
like,
Yeah, Sam.
yeah, brushes Samwise's cloak, and so then Frodo ends up like losing his trust in Samwise and sends him back home, and then Gollum continues leading Frodo up
He
the path
doesn't.
to
No, 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 no,
Shelob
no.
Slayer.
Slow down. He doesn't send him back home.
No,
He
well, he kicks. He says leave or whatever, and
no,
Samwise started climbing back down the stairs. In the movie, he did. I don't know about the books. In the
no.
movie,
I'm
he's
talking.
climbing back
No,
down the
I'm talking about
stairs,
the. No, I'm talking
and
about the
he.
movies too. No, he.
But well, Samwise finds the lembas bread that
It has
Gollum
something.
threw
Hold
over
on.
the edge.
They go back. They get up to the shelf where Shelob is, and Samwise.
Samwise was not with them when they got there.
No, but he obvious. Okay, okay, dude, dude. Okay, so Shelob is stabbing the shit with her stinger all over the place, right? Samwise comes up and he is actually fighting. He is fighting Shelob.
He
Do you
is,
remember? Do
but
you remember that
that,
point? Do you remember that
but
point or
no, no.
no?
Let me back up. Let me
Oh,
back up real
continue,
quick.
continue
So
then. Yeah,
because
continue.
because there's that point where Gollum leads Frodo into the cave,
Hmm.
where he there's like dark and he like loses Frodo like intentionally. Samwise is not with them at that point. He's back on
Yeah,
the stairs and finds the lembas bread and realizes what Gollum
yeah.
did.
He realized the
So
trickery.
then
Yeah, no,
he
you're right. You're
so
right.
that
Yeah,
so
he
so
realized the
then he that's what
trickery. Yeah, the
so he
trickery.
continues back up the
Yeah,
stairs.
sorry.
So anyways, but then so Frodo he's got Sting named by Bilbo, and it's glowing in the dark, whatever. And but then he loses it. It gets stuck in a web. So then he takes out the Knight of Erythrendil or whatever. What was the light called?
The
The
elves. You're right.
Galadriel gave
The
him.
elves. Yeah, the elves had given them the light, and she was pushing
Yeah,
it against the.
Galadriel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gladriel. The elves had pushed
So
the light against them, but
yeah,
but it took a second. So all this shit was going on. Like there was a lot of stuff going on, and then finally, Frodo thought he had made his way out of there, and then he walks up and he's like, oh,
and then so the stinger comes down and like
hold on.
yeah.
Let me do it. Well,
Wait,
no, it's white like this.
I,
Yeah, because
God dang it.
Frodo got stung by the poison, and he's like,
Gollum approves, by the way.
yeah, you know what? So I just want to show you guys there. This is how much Mike's apartment gives a shit about what we saw in the movies, anyways. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That was.
So I think Samwise saw that happen,
Yeah,
right?
he
Well,
did.
no. Well, he
Oh,
came
he
up.
came back. Yeah, and
But
he had to like stab. They were
when he came
fighting.
out,
There was a battle.
she was spinning Frodo into a web, and then Samwise came out with Sting and the light that Galadriel had given Frodo,
Sure.
and he's using it to whatever, and then he thinks that Frodo's dead as these. Well, Sting starts glowing. That because the goblins were there, or goblins or orcs, I can't remember, were approaching, and it started glowing, and so he thought Frodo was dead. He had no way of like safely recovering his body and hiding.
Sure.
So he did the only thing he could think of, which they don't show in that scene. He took the One Ring
Hmm.
and kept it so that when they took Frodo's body, They
They wouldn't
wouldn't
find
find
it.
it.
Yeah, they wouldn't find it. All right.
And then he finds out that she didn't kill him, whatever.
Now let's
So that's then fast
fast
forward
forward.
to when
Yeah,
they're
please.
captors, yeah.
Let's fast forward here. Go
So
ahead, Tom.
they took the armor and all that stuff that you said,
But
and
oh
they
yeah, 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 hold on. So
yeah, okay.
they were able to get the mithril chain shirt to the voice, the mouth of Sauron. Because remember, he threw it at Aragorn, and he's like, "Yes, your little halfling, though small, he suffered greatly. Here is his shirt." And then they threw the chain shirt, the mithril chain shirt, at Aragorn, and he was like, "Yes, yes, he suffered greatly. Ah, yes." And then, of course, Aragorn ran up and he's like, "I do not believe him." And he chopped off his head, which was good. Now, hold on.
No, yeah.
Now, I think we got most to. So here, let's finish up.
Well, I think we need to get the ring back to Frodo if we can.
Okay, go ahead with that then. Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, go ahead with that
So
because I got the
Frodo,
rest of it. I got
so
the rest of it.
I think they had already defeated the guards, and they were getting the armor. And Frodo, I think, was in despair. He's like, Samwise, I don't know what the point of us going on is. They already have the One Ring. And Samwise is like, they don't. He's like, I thought you were dead, so I took it, but here it is, and he gives it back to him. I think there was a little bit of a tension in that scene because Gollum had kept telling Frodo he's gonna ask for it. He's gonna want to take it for himself. But Samwise, when given the opportunity to keep the fact that he had the One Ring a secret and keep it for himself, he didn't. So, so then they dress up like orcs in armor, try to go along on their march. Go ahead and pick up with whatever you had in mind after that.
Um, Hold on
Do
a
you have
second.
anything?
I have many things. Hold on. Whoops.
I mean,
I have many
we're
things.
probably less than halfway through the movie at this point.
Hold on, hold on.
Well,
Hold on. So there is more stuff. Okay. Let's just like finish with that part. So what happens is let's go to the Black Gate. Aragorn, Legolas, Gimli, Gandalf, they get surrounded and they're fighting. They're fighting and they're losing. And they don't know why they're losing. They're losing because of the things that are happening otherwise. Like they don't know what's happening. Now let's creep back up to Frodo, Sam. Now they for a minute, and this is like stupid because yeah, honestly we could skip this entire part, but it's in the movie. Um, they were in the armor, whatever. The people of the soldiers of Mordor, the goblins, the orcs, whoever, they're trying to lead on to the Black Gate. They're dressed up. They're wearing the armor of them, but it's like, they're not whatever. So that they do for a minute, for like a second here, for a minute, they blend in with them and then they go back. So who gives a shit? I mean, honestly, at that point, that's nothing in the movie or the books. It's like, okay, so for a second they blend in. All right, so they make it up. Frodo suffering like shit. Frodo is hard up. He can't make it. He is whatever. Sam is trying to help him.
exhausted and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sam is trying to help him. Now eventually they make it to Mount Doom. They make it to the volcano itself, and there's a ledge that leads out there. Now, Sam.
They think Gollum is dead because they had kicked him off a ledge
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something
Before that,
earlier, right?
well, with Shelob, yeah, there was a point where they kicked him off and he fell. Obviously, Gollum and Smeagol slash Deagle survived. Now, what happens is Sam. Okay, Frodo goes ahead. Sam doesn't know exactly what's happening. He goes up there, and here let's just do it here. Let's just do it here, okay? Frodo's at the edge, and he says, and Sam is like, throw it in! Throw it in, master! Throw it in, Master Frodo! Throw it in! And Sam's like,
Well, Samwise had carried him up there, and
he
Gollum had
did.
jumped on their back,
Well,
and
hold on,
they were
hold
trying to get
on.
that done.
That didn't quite, hold on. That didn't happen yet. Hold on. That's in a minute. And then
But
Frodo,
before they were ready to throw it in, they had to climb up to it,
cor-
right?
correct. Hold on, though. Hold on. Frodo, though, before that happens, says, "The ring is mine." And he doesn't put, no, I was having it on this finger. It's actually on this finger. Like, the ring is mine. And then, well, hold on, though. Before that, you're right. Before that, Sam had, or a Gollum had smashed a rock against Sam's head. Sam was out for like a second. But then Frodo's like, the ring is mine. And then Frodo, no, not Frodo. And then Gollum was like looking. He was like looking where it is. And he smashed Frodo. And he's like, ah, and he bit off his finger. And he took the ring and he's like, yeah, yeah,
How did
yeah.
Gollum know where Frodo was? How did
The
he
foot, because
saw
he was
in the
invisible.
dust?
Remember, the one ring gets you invisibility. So he
Yep.
was invisible. But yeah, no. Gollum saw the footprints, and he's like, and that's where he took it, and he's like, yeah, I got it. And then that's where then Frodo went up, and they're fighting over it. Gollum went over with the ring,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when shit went down. Yes. So that's when both Gollum died. Uh, the ring got sunk into it. Frodo had actually
The
fallen
fires of
off.
Mordor, yeah.
Yeah, the fires of Mordor. Now Frodo had fallen over a little bit. Sam went over and he tried to grab him, and they pulled him. He was able to pull him up and saved his life. At the very end, and I mean, the Eagles came. The Eagles came and saved Sam and Frodo both. Obviously, Gollum was dead at this point, but that's how it ends.
The ring was destroyed, yeah.
The ring was
Well,
that's the end of it. Yeah, that was the end of it.
that's
So
the end of the ring. The movie continues on
a little
to
bit, yeah,
where to finish the story of the elves, because I think the Fellowship of the Ring they established,
sure.
the elves were leaving Middle Earth and returning to their eternal island. What was it called? I can't remember.
Just they went
But
to this. They went to the sea. Yeah, I don't know that they went too much into it,
but
but yeah,
the I don't know how much Tolkien developed with that. I know the one, pardon me, the Rings of Power show on Prime actually
oh
starts out
yes, yeah, with
doing it,
Sauron
but
and Gladriel. Yeah,
I don't remember. I know a lot of that show. I think they were kind of just making stuff up. So, but
well,
anyways, I don't know how much of it is accurate or not. But anyways, back to the Return of the King. They go back to, so the movie started in Fellowship of the Ring. They were in the Shire. Everything is green and there's life everywhere. Whatever. Transitions slowly, kind of to like suddenly there's like no life anywhere. They were in the two towers. Frodo and Samwise were in that rocky pass. Then you end up in Mordor, where it's all like red and death and whatever. And then they end up back in the Shire, where life is renewed. And but
well,
not all wounds can heal, and so certain people are gonna, like Frodo and Bilbo, and then I think Gandalf goes with them, right? With the elves to
yeah,
across the
and
sea
then
with the elves.
Sam marries Rosie, and
Yeah.
then they're kind of together, and they have kids and stuff. I mean, yeah,
And they get the hole under the hill, the Underhill, whatever the Baggins's residence.
sure, yeah,
But
whatever it was. All right, so let's just finish it up here. Yeah, we love it all, and we would love to
mhm.
see more from anyone else. If you have comments, leave them in the comments. If you have We'd love for you to subscribe. If you want to subscribe, please subscribe. The ring. The ring will draw you to subscription, as will Gollum. Now,
Get out of my face, Gollum.
get out of our
Smeagol,
faces.
get
That's
out.
all. That's all we have to
Back up.
say. If you like what you see, comment. Don't comment. Subscribe. Share. Do what you want to do. Thom, any finishing thoughts before we end here? Or?
I'm just happy that Gollum is not wanting my drinks.
Well,
So, I
that's
mean, I
always a positive thing.
sometimes you gotta settle for things like that. Just recognize the little things that are good in your life.
That's right. All right. So I will just say this. Have a good evening, everyone. We'll talk to you later.